morning, dear children. Today we are going to begin our second poem, The Ant and the Cricket. So, I would like to say something about this poem before we start to explain the poem in detail. The Ant and the Cricket is a fable written in the form of a poem by the Greek writer Aesop. A fable is a short story in which animals behave like humans and convey a message. This poem, The Ant and the Cricket, is a story of two insects. A cricket, here comes a grasshopper like insect, and an ant. The cricket is a silly that does not care about the future and keeps enjoying the summer season rather than collecting food or making a shelter for itself. On the other hand, the ant is wise. Instead of wasting time, it gathers food for itself and makes shelter. So this poem I have divided into three parts for making it easy to understand. So in part 1, now let's get into the poem. The Ant and the Cricket. A silly young cricket from there to or what will become, says the cricket of me. Until here comes part 1. So read this poem about hardworking ant and a fun-loving cricket. The cricket pays for his laziness and has to beg while the ant lives a life of self-respect. Now let's get started. A silly young cricket, accustomed. What is accustomed? Then, through the warm, sunny months of gay summer and spring, began to complain when he found that at home his cupboard was empty and winter was come. Not a crumb to be found on the snow-covered ground, not a flower could be seen, not a leaf on a tree. Oh, what will become, says the cricket, of me? Here there are two words in the first part of this poem, that is accustomed and gay. Now let's underline it. Accustomed and gay. Before we go, let's understand the meaning. Accustomed means used to. Used to. Gay means happy and pleasant. The poet says that there was a silly who lacks sense of wisdom, young cricket. A silly, here comes the young cricket. Here comes cricket means the grasshopper. Like insect who was accustomed to sing. Accustomed means he used to enjoy during the spring and summer season. Used to enjoy in spring and summer season. Next, gay means happy and enjoyable. The poet calls spring and summer seasons gay because they are full of life. There is greenery everywhere in summer. See, summer in the greenery everywhere. Food and water are in abundance. Abundance means a large numbers. It will be available. However, soon those months of rejoicing and joy passed away and winter came. What happened? Suddenly those days has passed away. Thus winter has come. So winter came. Now the cricket was in trouble. Cricket, here come, who is the cricket? The grasshopper is in trouble. He began to complain when he found that his cupboard was empty at his home. The cupboard was completely empty at his home. There was not even a crumb. Here crumb means a small fragment of bread. Here crumb means a small fragment of bread. That is, there was nothing to eat. So his cupboard was completely empty. In summer, it didn't store anything for the winter. Now, there was snow on the ground, and he could not see even one flower or a leaf on the tree. By seeing this, it becomes sad and exclaims, "Oh, what will become of me? What will be the condition of the grasshopper in the coming days?" That is in the first part of this poem. Now, let's move the second part of the poem. At last, see, at last, by starvation and famine made bold, all dripping with wet and all trembling with cold, where he set off to my miserly and to see if to keep him alive he would grant him shelter from rain, a mouthful of grain. He wished only to borrow, he had repay it tomorrow. If not helped, he must die of starvation and sorrow, says. It's okay, starvation and sorrow. That's enough. For this is the second part of the poem. That is the second part of the poem. Now, let's understand what is in there. The cricket had eaten everything. The cricket had eaten everything. So he has nothing to eat. He has nothing to eat. He was fully in starvation with hunger, starving with hunger. It mustered its courage and set off to seek the help of miserly. Miserly means tiny, and to provide it mouthful of grain, that is food and shelter from the rain. There was a famine. There was a famine, unavailability of food. Famine means unavailability of food. Just look at your textbook and understand the second, what I am talking about the second part. Please just look at your textbook. There was a famine, and famine means unavailability of food. Chilling cold and perhaps raining, which made cricket wet shiver a lot while traveling. Wished means requested the ant to lend it some food and shelter, and promised to repay it by next day, or else it will die because of chilling cold. So the grasshopper expected something from ant, and I would repay means give back, maybe the next day, or else I will die because of this chill cold, hunger and sorrow of not doing anything. Got it? If not doing anything because of hunger, sorrow, what does it mean by sorrow here? Sorrow means grief. Sorrow, here comes the sorrow means, here the word sorrow means grief. Grief. So if I am not getting anything to have in this time because of this cold, I may die. So he has expected something from the ant. Now in the part 3, see, says the ant to the cricket, I am your servant and friend, but we ants never borrow, we ants never lend. Pray tell me, dear sir, did you lay nothing by when the weather was warm? Here the word is quoth. Okay, quoth the cricket, not one. My heart was so light that I sang day and night, for all nature looked gay. Gay means happy. You sang, sir, you say, go then, said the ant, and sing winter away. Thus ending, harshly lifted the wicket, and out the door turned the poor little cricket. Folks call this fable. I will warrant it true. Some crickets have 4 legs, and some have 2. Now let's see what is there in this. There are four words are there. See the quote. Okay, harshly, fable, and warrant. Here, quote means said. Fable means a story, often with the animals as characters that conveys a moral. Warrant means say that you are sure about something. And harshly means carelessly with great speed. And sorrow is already here, grief or sadness. Now let's look at the part 3. Here into the cricket, the ant answers that it considered itself to be his servant as well as friend. Crickets, his servant is whose crickets, his means crickets. However, the ant never borrow anything. Usually ants never borrow anything. They don't buy anything from anyone. Says this and asks the cricket, why did not gather anything when the weather was warm? So he asked the question to the cricket, the grasshopper, why didn't you collect anything when the weather was warm? During spring, the summer, that is, when it was appropriate time. When the appropriate time was there, why didn't you gather any food for winter? Hearing to the ant, the cricket replies, that is, heart was so light, that is, it was quite happy and did not care about the future. I was not bothered about future. The cricket further says it keeps singing day and night, that is, all the time, as all nature looked gay, happy, everything looked happy and enjoy. She used to singing day and night, but the cricket used to sing day and night, and all times all nature looked gay. By the time all nature looked happy, that is, everything looked happy and joyful. He thought that the beauty of spring and summer, as well as the abundance of food and shelter, will always remain there. He thought that everything will be remain there for all the time. Then you sang, sir. So the fourth one is that. So the fourth one is the you sang, sir. You sang, sir. That is the fourth part of this poem. You sang, sir. Go then, said the aunt, and sing winter away. Thus ending harshly lifted the wicket, and out the door turned the poor little cricket. Folks call this fable. I will warrant it true. Some crickets have four legs and some have two. What is there in the fourth part of this poem? Listening to cricket, the ant is saying something, tells him that he was singing and enjoying during the spring and summer. Now he should do the same and winter will go away. So ant was replying, do continue, just continue the same what you had done in summer. Thus the winter will go away. The fastly the winter will go away. Saying this, the ant hastily lifted the wicket. That is, lifted the wicket means quickly end the conversation and push the poor cricket out of the door. What? Why saying this? The dialogue, she has completely stopped the conversation and pushed him out from his house. He has pushed him out from the out of his door. In the last two lines, the poet says the fox, that is, people call the story of ant and the cricket a fable, that is an untrue story. However, that he thinks that the story is quite true because there are many crickets with four legs as well as with two. Okay, there are four legs as well as two. That is, there are insects like cricket who do not care about future, and also humans. Crickets with two legs here refers to humans. Cricket with two legs here refers humans who do not care about their future. Here, cricket with the two legs refer to humans uh, who do not care about their future and repent. Okay? What the other? And repent when the times is gone. So always they think or repent when the good time is gone. This is about this poem. So try to listen the same poem again and again. Just watch this video again and again and understand the concept, understand the meaning of this poem, and try to by heart this word meaning too. Note it down in your notebook. So thank you for listening me. I wish you have a nice day.